to Fit WOD Home. I hope you guys enjoyed the previous workout. I haven't got around to doing it yet, as I thought it's probably best to film today's skills piece. As I intended, it's a bit juicy, and I figure it's best to get the skills done before I go and beat myself up on that workout. So rest assured I'll be doing it too. Good on you guys who, if anyone has, upscaled it. I'm just going to keep the frequency mid and just do the programming as prescribed. Mobility piece to open up with today, guys. I want you guys to get stuck into your shoulders and thoracic spine before we do any handstand overhead work. So first piece I got for you today is our anterior deltoid from the shoulder, and we're just going to start to work the ball from that sort of bicep tendon. We're going to slowly work that ball over the front of that shoulder, and we're going to try and track that bicep tendon. Once you sort of sit on it and ride it, you're going to know about it because it's quite a tendon line that runs up into its insertion point just at the tip of that shoulder. And when I do get to the tip of that shoulder, I'm just going to place my hand behind my back, because when I'm lying on my front, it's just going to present more musculature and area in the anterior delt for me to hit. So, starting on the ground, I'm going to go palm facing forward. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm going to go palm facing forward, or down, sorry. And we're going to start with the ball just outside the shoulder and just sitting on that bicep. And we're going to slowly try and find that bicep tendon and slowly try and track it all the way through to the front of that shoulder. And then slowly working into the tip. And when I do get into that tip, I'm just going to place that hand behind my back and start really mashing around all that musculature at the front of that shoulder there. Okay? I went the fast route, so you're going to use about 90 seconds. Let's go at least 2 to 3 minutes per side, guys. So we're just slowly working that ball over that sort of 2 to 3 minute period, and then we're just going to finally finish up at the front there. Okay, we're going to do 2 to 3 minutes per side, and then we're going to work into our thoracic spine. So thoracic spine is basically, we're just trying to work to the inside of our shoulder blades, and we're going to have 3 positions of the ball around that shoulder blade to the inside of it, each side, so 3 positions on the right, 3 positions on the left shoulder blade. We're going to do 5 reps at each position, so that's going to be 15 reps per side. So I'm just going to place the ball on the ground. From there, I'm just going to sit my bum down. I'm going to focus on my right side first, so I'm going to bend this right knee, and I'm just going to lay back down onto that ball. So I'm going to go higher up the shoulder blade to start with my first position. So I'm going to bend that knee, keep that leg out flat. Then I'm going to find a spot that's relative or nice and tender. And then from here I'm just going to start with my arm across my body. I'm just going to rest my head back. And as I take my arm straight behind me, I'm going to go external rotation. So I'm going to lean back with my thumb. And there, start to drive my weight into that ball, and then come back across the body. Now if you've got better shoulder mobility than me, you're obviously going to get a bit more range back there. So you're probably going to get your thumb to touch the ground, whereas I struggle with that overhead mobility. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 reps in that one position with the ball, and I'm going to move the ball in my body slowly down, slightly down, that shoulder blade. I'm going to do another 5 reps in that position, and I'll find the third and final position on this right side, and do another 5 there. Then I'm going to do 3 separate positions on the left side, 5 in each position. Okay, so today, guys, I wanted to go through a little skills piece, which is going to be a progression for us towards a handstand walk. I've seen a few people practicing them on the gram. Some of them are okay, some of them not so good. One thing I did see, or didn't notice, was some progression to a handstand walk. Everyone's sort of trying to kick up and go straight into a handstand walk, whereas the way I learnt it initially was to kick up to a free holding handstand, and then from there progressing to a handstand walk. Okay, so first skills piece today we're going to go through is just being able to hold, or progressing to hold, a free-handing handstand, which basically means holding a handstand without the wall supporting you. So I'm going to start just with the beginning. For those who can't kick up to handstand, and for those who can, it's still imperative to, when we do kick up to handstand, whether we're learning or whether we are able to do it, is to make sure that when we are kicking up to handstand, that everything is done with a locked out elbow. Okay? Even if we are kicking up to handstand, we'll have the ability to. When you're in a workout, you're tired, you're in the last round, you've got a set of maybe 15 kipping handstand push-ups. If you do that with a soft elbow and you're fatigued, there is more likeliness that you are going to land on your head. And also when you're beginning, that's the main thing that people are scared of, is when they're kicking up to handstand, is they're scared they're going to land on their head. Now if we do everything with a locked out elbow and don't let this go soft, we won't land on our head, okay? So whether we're learning to kick up to handstand today or we're just kicking up to handstand to warm up, let's really focus on locked out elbow. Now hand position, when I am in handstand, I like to go external rotation, so thumb pointing forward, that gets my shoulder set in its socket better, and I feel a lot stronger in that handstand position, okay? When I'm in my top position, I want to go tuck rib cage down, tuck tailbone, squeeze butt, so I'm nice and rigid and straight through my handstand, okay? So those who can't kick up to handstand, this one's for you, okay? Starting with a locked out elbow, start with your hands on the ground, and you're going to go maybe a foot width with your hands away from the wall. Now start with your hands on the ground, and then from there, the first progression is just kicking one leg up and hitting the wall with that heel. So, thumbs pointing forward, kick tall, and you've always got that leg down as a confidence thing to always be able to kick back down onto that leg if you don't feel safe kicking up into handstand. So once you do get the confidence of kicking that one foot to the wall, try and let the other one follow. And this is actually the progression we're going to use when we come off the wall as well. Okay? So once that one foot goes up, the other one's going to follow, then we've kicked up the handstand. So one kick up to start with, and then from there, once that heel hits, I'm going to let the other leg follow. So straight elbow, kick, other leg follows, then I'm in a nice strong handstand. Okay, so now we're confident in kicking up to handstand. Now what we're going to do is once we are up in handstand, we're going to bring one foot away from the wall, and then from there we're just going to bring the other one out to meet it, and we're going to try and hold that handstand without the wall support. Okay, so once I kick up to handstand, I'm going to bring one foot out and get the other one out to meet it and see if I can hold that handstand. And once I do have the confidence and I can feel I can hold myself there, then I can progress away from the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come 1, 2 feet out. So I then got a little bit of distance to actually bring my foot off and bring the other one out to meet it. If I'm too close, I'll just spend my time doing this and I'll just be going straight back to the wall with the feet. If I come far enough away, then I've got that foot out, then I can actually bring the other one out to meet it, and then I've got a better chance of feeling the correct position in order to be able to hold that handstand. So, set up position slightly further away from the wall now, and then from here, kicking up, I'm going to find a nice strong handstand. Now from there I'm going to bring one foot out, I'm going to squeeze that butt cheek, and then from there I'm trying to bring the other one out to meet it. If I fall off the wall, that's cool, I'm going to head back up. Okay guys, so we've had a little play around with that position on the wall, and now we're going to go through the progression of coming off the wall and being able to hold handstand without the wall support. So again, we're going to go through that progression like I talked about to start with the kicking up to the wall, where we're just kicking one leg up, and then we're going to see if we can hold that before we even think about bringing the next leg through, okay? So because I kick up with my right, when I do kick up to handstand, that's the leg I'm going to take up, and I'm going to try and hold that position. So, might take me a few goes, but see how we go. So from here. Now one thing I should also stipulate, especially with my handstand push-up, my shoulder range only goes to there, just due to the fact that I've had 3 shoulder surgeries. So when I go to kick up, I always kick up with my hands on the ground, just because it's less loading and jolting on my shoulder joint. A lot of people, when they do kick up, they'll start from this position, okay? Now I like to start with my hands on the ground just because it's a lot nicer for my shoulders, here. But a lot of people will kick up the handstand from this position, okay? The main thing is when you are kicking up from that position is just trying to get your body set. So we talk about the dish position or the hollow body position in our gymnastics pieces. So from here, before we kick up, we want to try and get into that hollow body position so that's all switched on when we kick up to handstand. Now I can still do that with my hands on the ground, but it's a little bit easier when you start from here, go into that dish position, so we're tucking top rib, slight tuck of that tailbone before we then kick up, okay? Now I'm going to start with my hands on the ground. Again, I can engage that midline, think about that hollow body position, especially when I'm kicking that 1 foot up into handstand, okay? So I'm going to start with my hands on the ground, and then from here, and hold, okay? So what I'm going to go for is about 5 to 10 repetitions. I'm going to tuck my singlet on so you guys can't see how many hot cross buns I've been eating. Probably more the wine than the buns, but we won't talk about that. Okay, so hands on the ground. From here, kicking one leg up, nice straight elbow, and hold. Back down. And kick it up, hold, back down, okay? You're going to aim to get through 5 to 10 reps, or get to the point where you can actually hold that for 3 to 5 seconds. So the progression from there, once I've got that one leg up and hold, I'm going to try and bring the other one through and see how long I can hold that freestanding handstand for. That's good, baby. Okay, so that's the aim, guys, to try and kick up to handstand, hold it for as long as you can. Let's see if you can get 30 seconds, let's see if you can get to a minute. That's a real challenge. And then as we get through the next 3 weeks, guys, I'm going to start progressing that into a handstand walk. Hope you enjoyed that skills piece, guys. The workout for today, it's more of a beast builder as opposed to a high intensity and aerobic workout like it was yesterday. This is more of a, still you'll get your heart rate up and still sort of work at a reasonable pace, but this isn't one where you're going to hit 100% full capacity, okay? It's more about getting into the right position, working the midline between your sets, and just getting a good all-round workout without the capacity we went through yesterday. Okay guys, Beauty and the Beast Builder, 3 to 5 rounds. You're going to need your kettlebell and your dumbbell for this one. We're going to stay on the strength movements, and between each round we're going to work a little bit of midline, okay? So, starting with kettlebell wader squat. So let's focus all movements on the right side before we do all movements on the left side. Then we get into our midline between those 2 rounds. So, starting here. Kettlebell, just resting in between the crease of your bicep and forearm. I'm going to pull that thumb into my clavicle and try and keep my elbow up throughout my range. Nice deep squat, stand tall at the top. Squat, stand tall. After I've done 5 wader squats, I'm going to keep that kettlebell in my right hand. I'm going to grab my dumbbell and just let it hang to the side of the body. And I'm going to go through 10 traveling lunges if I have the ability to. If I don't have the space to do that, guys, I'm just going to do 10 alternating reverse lunges. Aiming to keep that elbow up, trying to let that dumbbell pull me to the side, so I'm going to keep that shoulder back, and I'm just going to reverse the lunge, alternating. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap sides with that kettlebell. I'm going to take the dumbbell into my right hand, because we're focusing on the right side to start with. And then from there, I'm going to push down on that kettlebell keep my back nice and engaged, and then from there, row on that dumbbell for 10 reps. Okay, once I've done that, the kettlebell is now on my left side. I can then go 5 kettlebell waiter squats into traveling lunge for 10, alternating the feet, or reverse lunge if we don't have the space. Finishing, again swapping sides, push down on that, engage that lat, and then from there, we're rowing on that dumbbell for 10 reps. In between our rounds, 20 toe taps, 20 cross crawlers. So 40 reps, if we can do all 40 without having to rest, primo. From here, shoulders over wrists, making sure on the toe taps our feet are and hands are no longer than 1 meter apart. Shoulders over wrists, making sure the feet are the same width as the shoulders. Nice flat back, alternating for 20 reps. Once I've done my 20, I'm going to extend my legs out, and then from here, tapping that knee behind that hand across the body, so cross crawler for 20 reps. Okay, that's one round. I'm going to go through 3 to 5 today. Enjoy your rest day tomorrow, and I'll see you guys Monday.